said he was qualified, so we whooped his ass, while he's in there. Now, the other stuff that happened, it went down the way it did, man.
And I would like to wish you all, you Brits, go fuck yourself.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Grey Talks Wrestling. Welcome back to a new video. Welcome back to a retro review. That's right. You can see it's time to talk about WrestleMania 10. This show happened 30 years ago today. Well, it was only right to release this video today of all days. WrestleMania 10 from Madison Square Garden, as WrestleMania 40 is just around the corner. 30 years ago. We have to talk about this show. And what an enjoyable show it actually was. Not a whole heap of great matches, but there were some classics on this show. Some memorable matches, but others not so great. But we'll get to it in a little bit. But we have to start off from the beginning. The first match out the gate, the best match to ever open a pay-per-view. Still to this day, the best opening match of a pay-per-view. I'll put it up against any other match that opened a pay-per-view of all time. And this one wins hands down. The story heading into it, the rivalry, everything surrounding it was absolutely fantastic. And this was the moment where we see Owen Hart become his own person, his own superstar, break away from Bret and the Hart family and just become his own man. What a match this was. Classic. Just going back and watching it again just reminded me how good these two were. What a good match this was. Well put together, well thought out. Owen Hart getting the win was not something we expected as well. No one was expecting Owen to win the match. No way. Bret was fighting later on in the night. He was going up against Yokozuna, and he loses the first match out the gate against Owen. Surprising victory. Great promo cut afterwards by Owen Hart. What a great way to kick off WrestleMania. Brother versus brother. Maybe they'll do it again this year. Who knows? Pay homage to this match. But this was fantastic. What a great way to start WrestleMania 10. With a great feud like this. And this feud is carried on throughout and after WrestleMania as well. And there's some great classic matches and moments as well. Owen goes on from here just to become an absolute superstar, one of the best of all time, in my opinion. The next match was a mixed tag match, and this is probably better than it ever should have been, really. Wasn't looking forward to it as soon as I saw Dink the Clown come into the ring, but I've got to say this, Bam, whatever they gave him, he made something out of it. You've got to admit that. And Luna Vachon, again, whatever she's involved with, is always entertaining. This was okay, this match. At least the right person won. Bam actually gets a win at a pay-per-view here. I'm happy about that. Then we get the Falls Count Anywhere match. The last ever match for Randy Savage, which is sad. And it's sad this is the match he has. The last ever time we see Randy Savage in a WWF ring performing at WrestleMania is against Crush in a Falls Count Anywhere. And a dodgy Falls Count Anywhere match where you get a pin and then you have 30 or 60 seconds to get back into the ring. It was pathetic. It was stupid. It was ridiculous. This match wasn't very good. It was laughable at best, especially the ending where Savage ties Crush's legs up to a scaffold and then the knot doesn't hold and the rope doesn't hold and he just collapses to the floor, and he could have easily got out and got back to the ring, but this was Savage's last match. What an awful match to have. He's had some classics at WrestleMania, absolute classics, some of his best of all time, some of the best of all time, some of the best matches to ever take place at WrestleMania. And this is the last one. It's just disappointing. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of Crush. He wasn't that bad, as bad as people make out, but this was dreadful. A women's match. Don't remember seeing many women's matches at WrestleMania before this. And they only get 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And Wasn't the best of matches. The highlight was the finish, really, under a blaze with a German suplex, a nice German suplex, nice bridge, I suppose. But yeah, they weren't going to give much time at this time to women, were they? They never were. Was what it was, I suppose. Men on a mission versus the Quebecers. How'd they get a tag team title shot? How did they even win the titles, to be fair? They didn't win them here. They win them a couple of days later because Mabel couldn't get up of one of the Quebecers quick enough. This match wasn't good. Not good at all. This is where the show took a nosedive, in my opinion. This match and the next 3 matches. Or 2 matches. The next 3 matches, the Quebec, this one, and then the world title match, and then Bomb and Earthquake were just awful, all 3 of them. Just really, the show went downhill, and it was a hard to watch show. Yeah, Men on a Mission winning via count out. Absolutely ridiculous. They squashed the guy outside the ring, and they have time to throw him back in the ring, but they decide to celebrate instead, and then they celebrate like they won the fucking titles. The fucking idiots. And you got Yokozuna versus Lex Luger. This was dreadful. 14 minutes of Yokozuna having a rest hold on Lex Luger, pretty much. Highlight was Mr. Perfect. I like the referees that they chose that had history with the challengers. Lex Luger's last WrestleMania opponent was Mr. Perfect. Roddy Piper had fought Bret Hart, his last opponent, at WrestleMania 8. So that was pretty cool. I like that little fact there. But yeah, this match was dreadful. Not very good at all. And it was just the end of Lex Luger's babyface run, wasn't it, really? Dreadful finish. And yeah, not very good at all. And then Earthquake versus Adam Bomb, 35 seconds squash match. Adam Bomb, they'd been building him up, and then he just goes and gets squashed by Earthquake. Earthquake, we don't really see again after this. Then the greatest ladder match of all time. The show takes a turn for the better. Shawn Michaels as the greatest match of all time with a ladder at WrestleMania. Okay, yes, Razor Ramon was there and he did a good job as well. Let's have it right. But Shawn Michaels, my God, was fantastic. And you forget that he didn't even win the match. He was that damn good. And this match was that damn good. Shawn Michaels was fantastic. Razor Ramon played his part and won the match, did what he was supposed to do. But fantastic. This still holds up today, in my opinion, as the greatest ladder match of all time. And we've seen so many ladder matches now. It's just we're numb to it. And it's because they just throw so many people in there. It just means nothing now. One-on-one ladder matches will always be far better than 12-man, 10-man, 6-man, 5-man, 4-man, 3-man, 2-man, and 1-man and his dog Spot. Do you know what I'm saying? 2-man ladder matches are the way. Only way. When there's a feud. This match had been building for time. Who was the real Intercontinental Champion? And the only way to solve it was this ladder match. Put both titles at the top. And the best man wins by climbing the ladder and retaining the titles and becoming the undisputed Intercontinental Champion. Fantastic match, no doubt about it. And then we get the main event. Not the greatest main event of all time. Short, sweet, to the point, 10 minutes. Bret Hart takes a beating for the majority. Yoko goes for the bonsai drop, slips off the rope thanks to Roddy Piper. And Roddy screwed Yokozuna at the title. Bret Hart wins it. I've got to say this for Yokozuna. Absolute legend. No one has done what he has done in WrestleMania history, in wrestling history. Defended the titles. The WWF title. Been in 4 title matches in 2 WrestleManias. No one's done that. 4 title matches in 2 WrestleManias, back-to-back WrestleManias. WrestleMania 9, he fought Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan. WrestleMania 10, he fights Lex Luger and Bret Hart again. The story comes full circle with Bret Hart. Bret Hart wins the title. Nice little moment at the end there where he's lifted on the shoulders of everyone. And Owen Hart comes out at the entranceway looking at his brother. not happy because how this night started and how the night ended. Sure, Owen didn't plan for the end to happen the way it did. But we move on, we move forward, and Owen surely now is a contender for the title already after beating his brother, beating the champion earlier on in the night. Surely Owen's got to be up there for as one of the contenders. Has to happen eventually. Let me know what you think down below about WrestleMania 10. Overall, an enjoyable show. Not one of the best WrestleManias of all time. Not one of the worst. Some of the best matches of all time. The ladder match, the opening match. It was a fun WrestleMania to go back and watch. I did enjoy watching it. I can't lie. Even if there were some matches that weren't very good. They were hard to watch. And at this time, WWF were going down a road that I wasn't pleased with. The cartoon era was here. And yeah, everything's going to get a lot harder from now on. Let me know what you think down below about this show. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.